Oh, there it goes. All right, good evening and welcome to a very special broadcast of The Media Speaks Live with DLAKE for Prez and Sam Ganji. Tonight we're discussing the results from the presidential election, including the Republicans and the Democrats. Sam, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling like I saw a great comment on the live stream on free shout out to Right Side, who's covering the results in Maine, and it said you have in fact fallen asleep at the wheel. There are some twisted people up there, hence my music. Maine has dropped the ball. They were asleep at the wheel, but everybody else seems to be getting the right idea. Although didn't Lion Ted Cruz win Texas?
Well, Ted Cruz won Texas on Tuesday. Today, Ted Cruz won Kansas.
That's what I meant. I'm sorry. My brain.
Yeah, Kansas and also Maine, where the people, as Right Side said, may have fallen asleep behind the wheel. Trump won Louisiana, or at least his projection is so high. He has almost 48% in Louisiana. And the battle is still happening in Kentucky, where Trump has 38%, Lion Ted Cruz 32%, Little Marco has 14%. Let's go take a look at some live results here. In Maine, Ted Cruz won by 45% to Trump's 32%. Kasich came in third with 12%, and little baby Marco Rubio came in 8%, fourth place, fourth out of fourth place. Because as I understand, Ben Carson is out of the race.
Voted for Rand. Look, somebody actually voted for Rand and Carson.
Yeah. Rand Paul got 0.3%. He might have been a write-in there. Only 12% is in from Louisiana, but Donald Trump is already the projected winner with 45% to Ted Cruz's 29%. Marco Rubio in third with 15%. Kasich at the bottom with 4.5%. Kentucky, only 41.8% reporting in, but Trump with a dominant lead, and that's the race that's in red on the Drudge Report that we saw, where the battle is still ongoing, 38% to 32% to, everyone else.
And of course, Hillary felt the burn.
Hillary felt the burn in two states tonight. Sanders wins in Kansas and Nebraska. Now, Nebraska is only a contest today for the Democrats. I believe they don't vote Republican until like Tuesday.
Yeah, I think they join us here in Ohio.
Okay. Oh, isn't that on the 15th or?
Oh, yeah, it would be.
The dates are starting to get spread out.
Is it this Tuesday for Nebraska, you say?
I'm not sure. But Nebraska detailed results show with 78.6% reporting in, Bernie Sanders has the lead with 55.1%, Clinton at 44.9%. Now, keep in mind, those numbers sound larger if there's only two people in that race. And the way that the delegates will be split up, it looks like Sanders will take 14. Hillary, while she loses, still gets 13 delegates.
Yeah, the Democratic system the Democrat side's even more messed up than the Republicans. And if you follow the way the Republicans cheated Ron Paul on the delegate count 4 years ago, you begin to wonder if the Democrats had learned anything from it. Because it was a lot of that defeat and to a smaller degree the forcing out of Johnson that led to Trump today. Mm-hmm. By that I mean, again, an outsider, not necessarily a libertarian.
Yeah, no, I get it. We had a great show earlier today with the first appearance of Anne-Marie, and everyone, please go check out the show from this morning. Today, we're just trying to do a quick wrap-up tonight of the results, but something that I forgot to mention this morning is that 3 of those 4 states for voting Republican today, 3 of which were caucuses as opposed to primaries, and the caucuses were only for registered Republicans, which did give Ted Cruz the edge in Kansas and Maine, because Trump is, as an outsider, so-called, he's bringing in people from outside the party, people that might not be registered Republican, such as independents and crossover Democrats. So the fact that it was a caucus and only for registered Republicans looks like it helped Cruz today.
And that's interesting to point out the difference, because Trump lost a very large part of his demographic, which is a number of people that Hillary is counting on that will not be there for her. And they were not reflected as a result of this.
Exactly. So, I mean, well, it looks like 2-2 for Trump Cruz, and coming down to those two guys. Now, first of all the people that are all those Republican elites that are against Trump and doing the Never Trump campaign, and Mitt Romney doesn't like Ted Cruz any more than he likes fucking Donald Trump, to tell you the truth.
No, I don't think so.
These guys don't like. If they want to take down Trump, they don't want it. They don't want Ted Cruz to be the one to step in. They want losing Marco Rubio or Kasich, or, well, they wanted Jeb Bush or one of these other guys, but too late for them.
And Kasich, the best thing he could do right now is hope he gets picked up as VP by someone, which I don't think is going to happen, but he can hope.
On Super Tuesday, I mentioned that it wasn't outside the realm of the possibility that Trump could pick him, but I really don't think that's going to happen. I've already gone on record to say that I think that Trump is going to pick someone from government, but outside of anyone that he was running against in the primaries.
I suggest, even though I don't want him, the person I think could get him in office would be Herman Cain, because Herman Cain did well 4 years ago. The whole 9 issue sort of derailed him a little bit, but he did all right. He's got his own show on the radio. He is well received by black voters who are now already directly just going to vote Democrat no matter what. He does well with him. He is not necessarily an establishment man to the point where he would make Trump look like he was selling out. I think that would be a decent direction for him to go. Who would I like?
They're friendly. I know they're both friendly.
Well, I didn't know that. That's even better news.
Oh yeah, Herman Cain has spoke for Trump and even introduced him at a couple rallies.
Very good. Well, good. That would be my pick if I was his strategist. As an American who wants to see the country go in the right direction, I stay with my 3. Walter E. Williams, Napolitano, and Amish, but that's not going to happen. So, although I do believe Amish will one day, you'll be seeing more of him. He's still rather new.
This past week, Trump not only received the endorsement of Senator Jeff Sessions, he says Jeff Sessions will be the head of his National Security Council. So, that's his national security advisor, so that's pretty exciting. I think that'll be a good one. As he gets closer to possibly being the nominee, you'll see, the idea of his cabinet take shape and form. And I wouldn't be surprised to see, like I said, I don't think that he'll choose one of his running mates to be his vice president, but I could definitely see him, using some of those guys maybe in his administration. Like Chris Christie, who endorsed him and he's been campaigning with. I do not see Chris Christie as the vice president, but I could see him maybe in some sort of official role.
Like the chef.
What's that, Sam?
Perhaps the chef.
As the chef? Look, we got to keep Christie out of the kitchen.
I was very happy that he supported.
But maybe a Bobby Jindal or not Lindsey Graham, but maybe a Kasich or maybe a Ben Carson somewhere in the administration. Who knows? Surgeon General or something like that, right?
I would love to see Carson somewhere.
Well, it was floated yesterday that Carson getting out of the race. I mean, Trump could say Carson VP. I just got done saying I don't think it'll be one of his. Yeah, that's the thing. That's why I don't think it could be any of his running mates, because in one shape, matter, or form, Trump has said something negative about the person. I mean, even when Chris Christie endorsed, they're like, Christie, you said this crap about Trump. Trump said this crap about Bridgegate and about you, but but now you guys are friends. He's like, oh, we've always been friends, but it's just politics.
Kasich, he hasn't attacked Kasich much. He's not going to pick Carly. She said she was too ugly to be president.
Okay, but what about Bernie and feeling the burn? And I know we're really excited across the country that we took Kansas and Nebraska. Now, Sam, good for Bernie Sanders. Does Bernie Sanders still have a path, or is he just, getting enough to make a speech at the convention? I mean, what is it?
They're gearing up so that they can end with a big happy French kiss on stage, and the Hillary Sanders election that we're all dreading can move on against Trump.
Mm-hmm. And
she's not going to.
All I've heard out of Hillary's camp is what's that guy's name? The two Cuban twin brothers, the Castro brothers. I think she's looking at one of the Castro brothers as a VP selection. Have you heard any of that?
No, I missed that completely. That would be interesting. I mean, either that or I could see her picking, I don't know, Rosie O'Donnell. The shirtless president. Maybe she'll pick your friend, the shirtless president.
She'll pick Martin O'Malley, the shirtless president. The Castro brothers, they're twin brothers, right? They had a scandal, semi-scandal a few years back where one of the brothers was running for mayor, I think, or governor, and they pulled a twin switch where the twin brother was on a parade float as the brother running for the office, and when people figured it out, they called it Twin Gate. I don't know if you're familiar with that story.
Yeah, I had heard of Twin Gate, but didn't realize who it was. That would be really.
That's an old story, but
you'd have two vice presidents.
Kentucky numbers still rolling in, still looks pretty much the same. Trump 38%, Cruz 32%, Rubio 14%. We wanted to keep this kind of a quick show. Sam's going to the movies tonight. What are you going to see, Sam? The Witch, huh?
Witch. So I'll have some entertainment news Sunday. I'm also going to go ahead and make sure I let everyone know about any further developments in the election as it progresses onward. As I'm sure we'll be like, hit share on this, everyone. Get this around to people. Let people know we're out here. It's Saturday night. David Lake, he is in California. He could be doing a million things. I'd put off going to the movies till the last possible showing. Why? Because we want to give you the best. So support us. Hit share. Hit subscribe. And as you can see, we'll be here for you.
Yeah, I'm in San Diego. I could do anything. I just woke up from a nap. So that shows you how exciting things are. But I went to a new restaurant called Two Brothers right up the street from my house. It's an Israeli salad type restaurant. I had the chicken schnitzel and some hummus and some, what do you call that other stuff? Baba Ganoush, whatever. Stuff's pretty good. I liked it on my pita there.
Never had it.
Yeah, pretty good stuff, man. I like to culturally explore. I'm only racist when it comes to my food. This is an Israeli restaurant. I want a motherfucking Israeli making the food. It's really pretty good. And that movie, The Witch, looks good, so I want to hear your review after you see it. Everyone, thanks for joining us for this real kind of a quickie, just to go over the results. Again, Trump wins Louisiana. Cruz wins Kansas and Maine. There's still an ongoing battle in Kentucky, but it looks like it's going to be Trump's by the end of the night. Sanders won Kansas and Nebraska. Hillary Clinton won Louisiana. But Hillary Clinton still wins all the delegates and, of course, has all the super delegates, and Sanders doesn't stand much of a chance of winning the nomination. Cruz might have more of a chance, but, the elites, like I was saying, they like it. He's not the preferable alternative to Trump.
Yeah, because they could have Cruz.
Did you see the internet going wild after the debate this week? Because it looked like Cruz ate a booger. He had like something on his face, and then he ate it on his lips.
That's funny.
It looked like it was a booger, and he was talking, then it went into his mouth, and he ate it.
In his defense, you would think it was makeup, because on stage I wear stage makeup, and if I feel something on my lip, I'll just do that. So I mean, granted they don't wear black lipstick, but it's still stage makeup. They, as Donald said, Rubio puts his makeup on with a trowel, so you got to watch Paramount Crew.
Yeah, and then he talks about they all talk about each other's makeup, the size of their hands, all that other stuff. Sam, did you tell if you had kids, would you tell them to leave the room after Trump made those remarks about the size of his hands, meaning that, that equates to the size of other things, and he guaranteed the American public that everything was okay with the size of his whatever.
My kids would probably already get the joke if I were to have any. Yeah. But the most important thing is that everybody watching this realizes that David Lake and I have ample hands. Do we not, David Lake? We do.
Gigantic. Yeah. Even after I took off the gloves, I used to wear the gloves just to emphasize how giant my hands are.
I got to hand it to you. You did. All right, friends. Hit share. Love us. Thank us. Share us. And we appreciate you watching, all jokes aside.
Yeah, we really appreciate it. And we'll see you guys soon. Everybody have a great night. Thanks again.